Steve, I know you can't go into the details of why Dane Murphy has left the club, but do you expect it to change your role and your job spec at all?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, recently, fairly recently, the club appointed a sporting director in Filippo Giraldi, and I've been working really closely with him over the last few months. So obviously a busy time at the moment with it being January and the obvious conversations around possible transfers, and that's really been my port of call. I'm a head coach. It's a football job, coaching the team, and like I said, most, if not all, of my dialogue is on a day-to-day basis is with him. So no, I don't see any change personally.
You touched on it there. Filippo obviously arrived earlier in the season. There's been a huge churn and a change in the club with winning promotion, and obviously the squad, parts of recruitment and scouting have left during the course of this season. From when you were promoted to now, 2 different windows, would you say you have more say in recruitment and the type of players you want in your squad?
I think it's all. We always try and have a collaborative approach in everything that we do, and I think I'm only interested really in what's next and looking forward. I'm not really one for looking back, because we're in the middle of a season. In January, we have an opportunity to improve the squad. We've got a lot of games to play. My focus needs to be on that. So I'm really only thinking about what's next and looking forward. And as I said, got a really strong working relationship with Filippo, and he has with the rest of the coaching staff as well. And I think that's a good start with communication in terms of trying to make the right decisions for the club going forward. So I'm very comfortable with how we're operating. Like I said, I really just want to focus on the players that I see every day, and the coaching and the preparation for games, and anything sort of above and beyond. Of course, I'm always happy to help and be involved. But just really enjoying the football, enjoying trying to improve the team, the squad, and working closely with the boys every day, and trying to give our best for the next game.
I'm not a body language expert, but I've got the sense after Southampton you're getting slightly irked by people asking you 2 days if you're about to sign someone else. But what feels closer at the moment, being able to bring someone in or letting some people go out the door?
Was I that obvious after?
It was subtle,
yeah. I did. No, there isn't anything imminent about to happen. And I know if something was, then I would be fully aware. But I do know there's a lot of work going on, and I trust Filippo that when the time is right that he feels that I should know something, then he will tell me. But as I said, he really wants me to focus on the training and the preparation for Wolves at the moment. And if at such time we need to talk about some things, then we'll do that. So you basically asking me if we sign any players.
I tried to do it, which is probably not worked.
But at the moment, I don't think anything's both in and out is about to happen.
As for outgoings, though, is it difficult for you as a manager, because there are players who maybe aren't in your plans, who aren't even in the 25-man squad, that it's best for them to try and move them on, and you don't want people here who aren't contributing?
No, of course, all players want to play, and I respect that. If I'm being honest, the problem we have at the moment is that we've picked up some injuries over the last, since the World Cup really, because obviously Cheku got injured and Julian Bianconi, and unfortunately they've all been long-term injuries. So our injury list at the moment is not a nice one. So that has contributed to the current squad. We have to be careful letting players out at the moment, while we've got them injuries, and maybe we haven't got players coming in. So there's loads of moving parts to trying to put a squad together for when the window closes. But at the moment, we have a good working group, but there's it's a busy medical room at the moment, an unwanted list. And like I said, Jesse's maybe a couple of weeks away, but everybody else is nowhere near the the return to play date. So that's unfortunately been a negative contribution to the squad makeup at the moment. But we get on with it. Like I said, my focus is on the boys who are training every day and available for the next games, and we look forward to attacking them.
On the subject of selection then, you described Saturday just gone as an opportunity. You said afterwards that parts of that performance were unacceptable. Has that result and display affected the way you think about Wednesday and who you might pick?
Yes and no. I think the two different situations. Obviously, the Blackpool game came at the end of a busy week where we played on the Sunday and the Wednesday, so then to go on again on the Saturday is not something you normally do. In a 3-game week, you normally get at least 3 days between at least 2 of the games, and that wasn't the case. And just because of the injury list, I just couldn't run the risk of picking up more injuries. But at the same time, the team that we put out was more than capable of winning that match, and I say that completely respectfully to Blackpool, who obviously did well on the day. And then the moments in the game were the unacceptable bits, the goals we conceded and the chances that we missed. I mean, as somebody said, I think we had 20 shots, but it wasn't just about the shots; it was about the absolute clear-cut chances that we missed. So, I'm not too narrow-minded enough to, as disappointing as Saturday was, and we didn't want to go out in the third round of the cup, and in the way that we did, didn't like it one bit, and the mentality that we are growing. At this club at the moment with this group of players, that was what we don't want to be. But the players knew that, the squad knew that. But at the same time, as I said, as disappointing as it was, I'm not narrow-minded enough to think that it's like that every day with them players. It's not, and because of that, I have to trust them that they don't let that happen again, and we move forward going into the next game, and like I said, try and pick the right team to play, the game plan that's needed to be a success against Wolves.
Just finally from me then, 2 games this week. One could lead you to be within 2 games of Wembley. The other one is a derby against a team not too far away from you in the league, of which there are many games like that coming up. What's the bigger game this week? Well,
we're not looking past Wolves, because that's just not how we work. Everything is 100% on that, and we'll deal with what's next come the final whistle on Wednesday. So preparation is fully focused about Wolves. Decision making will just be made around what we think is right for Wolves, and like I said, hopefully we make some positive decisions and play well and win the game, and that's only what we're thinking about.
We've talked about some players that are out injured at the moment. I just want to check on a few that maybe we were unsure about in the more short term. Nico Williams, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Tayo. How are they going into Wednesday's game?
Yeah, to be fair, we've got a few doubts. I'm not going to go into individual names because there's quite a few doubts really going into this week. So and it's too soon to give any definitive information. So for sure we'll try and give everybody the best opportunity to play in the games this week, whether it be the Wednesday or Saturday. If that's not the case, then we carry on. But it's not been a great time, if I'm being honest, on the medical front, and that seems to be continuing, unfortunately, which sometimes these things can. But we do our very best not to let it get in our way. We are not one for excuses. We're only want to be looking for positivity and good solutions, and whatever players are available, we'll be doing our best for sure. Cheers, thanks. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good to you. Just one follow-up from me. Cup game, quarter-final, Carabao Cup, Wolves in town. What are you expecting from Wednesday?
A brilliant atmosphere. I saw some of the excitement. Was it Colin 24 years? Did you tell me? After, is it? Yeah. After, yeah. It's good maths. So from me, that is not. Yeah. No, I know there was a lot of excitement after the Blackburn game. So we respect that a lot, and we're really enjoying our football at the City Ground at the moment. There's no doubt about that, and the atmosphere that the supporters are creating. So whether it be a quarter final of a League Cup or a normal I don't think there's any such thing as a routine Premier League game, but a Premier League game. One thing that's been pretty guaranteed this year is an amazing atmosphere. So the home games can't come quick enough. So that's first and foremost, and then the cup game. You obviously want to commit to it like we do every other cup game and try and get through. Obviously, we let ourselves down on the weekend, and I really hope that we can respond and do better in this one.